Ano pa? Nella? All right. So I think as an organization, Wipro doesn't need any introduction theme. So I think just to walk you through in terms of what Wipro's magnanimity is in terms of volumes. So as we speak, candidates, we have about 230,000 people who are working in Wipro, and we have about 1,200 plus client database spanning under different verticals: banking, retail, manufacturing, life science, you name it, we have a client, right? And Wipro has presence in about 65 countries globally and top employer in 13 countries. And 66% of our economic interest is pledged towards philanthropy, right? And these are the key recognition that Wipro has got, candidates. So we are one of the top 5 best companies of 2025. Pacific, not India, Asia Pacific by Time Magazine. And we are a 5-star rating feature on Newswork Greenest. So quickly moving on to what our journey of Wipro, right? So Wipro started their journey in the year 1945. So I don't know how many of you know we started it as a vegetable oil making company, right? And slowly the company transitioned itself, and 1979 to 1990s is the period where Wipro ventured into IT space. And by 2000, it became a $1 billion company and was listed in New York Stock Exchange. So we've come a long way, starting from the 1945 and to date. So Wipro has seen numerous changes. And now, as you can see in the slide, we saw in the video also, it's completely AI-powered organization working in niche technologies, clear opportunities, right? So across 1,200 plus clientele database. So whatever you want to explore in Wipro, there is no dearth of opportunities, right? So one of the classic example is Srini Palya. So he's the current CEO of Wipro. So one interesting fact is he joined in as a trainee, and now he's the CEO of the organization. So that speaks volumes about the Wipro's open door policy, the opportunities that the organization gives to an individual. So there is no class bifurcation of whether you're a fresher or whether you're an experienced work. So every individual is treated with same amount of respect, right? Whether you're a CEO or you're a trainee, equal opportunity and respect for individual is in the ethos of Wipro. And talking about that, this slide speaks volumes in terms of what every Wiproite vouches for. So the 5 habits that we follow is being respectful, being responsive, always being communicative, demonstrating stewardship, and building trust. So these are the habits that as a Wiproite, everybody will vouch for. Any decision we take lies, these 5 habits lies as a foundation for us, right? And the spirit of Wipro, we are passionate about our client success. We treat each person with respect. That's what I told you. You're a trainee or you're the CEO of the organization. Every individual is treated with the same amount of respect, right? So Wipro doesn't classifies you based on the role that you play, based on your gender. Nothing comes into play. For us, it's about the individual and the respect we give for the individual, right? And we are a global organization at the same time responsible to our clients. And integrity is part of the organization which runs in our every Wiproite's ethos. So about DEI diversity space, it's not only about gender diversity at Wipro, it is about person with disability, LGBTQ plus, the race and ethnicity, multi-generational organization. So 230,000 plus people are there in the organization. Everybody comes from different ethnicity, different background, right? So Wipro celebrates the diversity within the workforce because that's when the new ideas bloom. That's when we grow as an organization, right? So now coming to WLP program, dear candidates, so I am sure all of you by this time are completely aware of what WLP program is all about. But I'll spend 5-10 minutes because there will be candidates who do not know what WLP program is all about, what are the offerings. They have just seen a link, they would have applied. But next 10 minutes, candidates, I'll just uh, explain what WLP program is all about, right? So this program was started in the year 1995, candidates, and since then on, we have about 40,000 people who have graduated from this WLP program. It's called as Work Integrated Learning Program. So the basic dilemma that all of you have is a dream job to start earning right away, right? Or next degree from a top university. So let's analyze these two scenarios, right? That's what a basic confusion of a BSc or a BCA candidate will be. So let's consider these two paths. So one, if you start a job right after education, the good things is you get a head start and you start earning right away. But on the contrary, think about 5-10 years from now. If just a BSc or a BCA degree will help you, or you need to have a higher education. So that's a question that you need to answer for yourself. So the thing is, will you get the right job at the right time, right? And what about your future growth? So if you start a job right after your graduation, these are some positives and negatives. So let's take the second path. You go for a higher studies at a premier institute, right? So this will give you a career at right foundation and you set yourself for a fast growing career because you're doing your post graduation. But it's an investment because MTech, I mean, you guys are from BSc and BCA. You'll be eligible to do an MCA or MSc outside. So it's an investment. It starts from few lakhs to several lakhs depending on the pedigree of the institute, right? Whether it's a tier 3 or tier 2, tier 1 institute, based on that, the fee will vary. It's an investment. And again, what's the guarantee of a job at the end of the course? So that's a question that you all will have. Any BSc, BCA grad, these are the two scenarios. So this is why Wipro came up with the concept called as Work Integrated Learning Program. So what do we do here? So you start working for 5 days and you continue your studies. So you pursue your MTech degree from BITS Pilani. So you can just Google how much you need to spend to do a degree of MTech from BITS Pilani. So easily ranges to several lakhs, my dear friends. You can just Google or you can ask ChatGPT, right? And usually MSc, BCA or BSc candidate can only pursue MSc or MCA. This is the usual rate as per our academic structure. And why Wipro allows you to do an MTech degree is because of the reason that Wipro's relationship with BITS Pilani. So as I told you earlier in the previous slide, 1995, the relationship started with BITS Pilani and it's been more than 30 years now. And that's the reason as an institute, BITS Pilani allows you to do an MTech program, right? So you start working, you continue your studies. It's a 5-day work, 1-day study model. And don't worry, there'll be candidates who will be cribbing, stating, ma'am, completing BSc, BCA itself a task. I don't like studying. Can I do it without studies? No, I'll tell you why. So it's something which you do practically. So 5 days, you only work on the concepts that you're going to study. So when you practically do something, studies becomes easier. And that's why we have 40,000 people who successfully graduated from this program. And if you ask about, ma'am, can you tell me the count of people who dropped for the reason that they cannot continue their studies? That is very, very minimal, my dear friends. So out of 40,000, hardly a negligible number would have dropped. Why? Because they study only what they practically work for the 5 days. So it makes it easier for you to pursue your studies. Not like your BSc, BCA, where theoretically you just keep reading, but practically you don't know. That made it probably difficult for you to study. But here, you are studying only what you're practically applying for 5 days, right? So you start working, you continue studying, you enjoy the benefits of both the worlds. And this MTech program is sponsored by Wipro. You don't pay for your books, you don't pay for your tuition fee, everything Wipro takes care, right? So just like doing an MTech, you're getting an admission, going somewhere studying. So you get money from your parents to pay your PG or to buy your take care of travel expense. Similarly, Wipro also gives you a stipend to take care of your PG expense, wherever you're staying, your food expense, etc. So we give a minimal stipend because we largely sponsor your MTech program. So that is a cost that Wipro takes it from you, right? So you begin your career without sacrificing your higher education dream. You get a hands-on job and complete visibility of next 7 to 8 years is set, my dear friends. And you get a stipend on monthly basis. And after you complete MTech degree, you get a CTC of 5 lakhs. That's how your career progression looks like. So this stipend I was telling you, so this is excluding your uh, academic sponsorship because the money that you're going to spend for MTech degree, Wipro takes care of it. So this is the stipend that Wipro gives you apart from providing higher education for you, right? So year one, you get a benefit of 15,488. Year two, 17,553. Year three is 19,618. Year four is 23,000, right? So apart from this, every individual has a personal accident cover of 12 lakhs per annum, group life insurance of 14 lakhs per annum, and MTech degree, which is completely sponsored by Wipro, right? So apart from this, you also have a joining bonus of 75,000, which will be credited to you along with your first month salary, right? Service agreement that you have, friends, is about 60 months, which is 5 years. And you may ask, ma'am, MTech is only for 2 years. Why should I do it for 4 years? I'll tell you, I'll reason it out why. A normal candidate doing an MTech for 2 years, he is only into studies, right? And here I told you, you get practical exposure and you study what you're doing practically, right? So this is why we do not want to burden you. We have spread across the syllabus such a way that the 2-year program you study for 4 years so that you don't have this burden of completing and balancing both of them. That's why, my dear friends, I told you this program is successful in Wipro. 40,000 people have graduated in the last 30 years. The reason why they were successful is because we didn't suffocate them with 2 years course and this thing. So we expanded it to 4 years so that you comfortably you study as well as you get hands-on experience, right? So that's why we have kept the 2 years as a 4 years program. And after 4 years, buffer of 1 year, my dear candidates, is because of the academic duration. So I'll tell you an example. So now we are in October, right? So we are going to onboard all these 1,000 people in December. So let's concept called as work integrated learning program. So what do we do here? So you start working, you continue your studies. It's hardly a negligible number would have dropped. Sponsor your MTech program. So that is a cost that Wipro takes it from you, right? So you begin your career without sacrificing your higher education dream. You to 17,553. Year three is 19,618. Year four is 23,000, right? So apart from this, every individual has a personal accident cover of 12 lakhs. In MTech for 2 years, he is only into studies, right? And here I told you, you get practical exposure and you study what you're doing practically. And balancing both of them. That's why, my dear friends, I told you this program is successful in Wipro. 40,000 people. We have kept the 2 years as a 4 years program. And after 4 years, buffer of 1 year, my dear candidates, is because of the academic duration. So I'll tell you an example. So now we are in October, right? So we are going to onboard all these 1,000 people in December. So let's take a scenario. You're joining by January. You're joining by December. And January or February, let's take by March, there is an academic admission. So 4 years from that, you get converted to Wipro from your WLP scholar to a Wiproite, right? So which means 4.3 years is what you spend. So it's not 5 years. So likewise, if you join academic duration, because academic duration happens twice a year. It usually happens in April and August, depending on whatever that academic year decisions are, it will vary. So if you join in April, May, then from that month to 4 years. So if you join in August, from that month to 4 years. So it's not like for complete 5 years you have the service agreement. While we, for the safety side, we have mentioned it as 60 months. It might be in 4.1, 4.2, 4.5. So whenever you complete your MTech degree, you get into the Wipro, right? And after completing your MTech, my dear friends, if you want to continue with Wipro, we are glad to have you. Or you say, ma'am, I joined only for to do my MTech. I'll search opportunities outside. The decision is yours. You have that option. At the end of completion of your MTech or WLP program, we give that option to you. But once if you join, your CTC will be minimum 5 lakhs. Maximum can be 7.5 based on your performance. So this, considering you're all already participated in the program, friends, I am sure you all know the process. So once you register, we will call you for an online assessment. Online assessment is again no coding, reading, etc. So it's only pure play, verbal, analytical, quants. And if you clear, then you have a written English, and then that's about online assessment. And then you have a SWAR round, which is basically a voice assessment round. It's more to test on your listening and speaking capacity, right? So it's again a 20 minutes assessment. Online assessment is 80 minutes. Once you clear online assessment, your second round will be SWAR. That will be for a 20 minutes, right? And after that is business discussion, which is nothing but interview round. So that will be a 15 minutes interview, 15, 20 minutes max. Again, no coding. It will test you in a basic attitude, behavior, communication. And if you're a BSc from computer science or electronics, they will ask you 1 or 2 questions on your stream. So then we give you a letter of intent, right? Once you get your letter of intent, your training will happen with Wipro, where we have our trained vendor partners who will train you in any one of the skill set, right? And this virtual training will be for a duration of 4 weeks. And this particular requirement, friends, I was telling you, it's an immediate requirement, which means if you're registering today, you will have your assessment on Sunday. And if you're registering on Thursday, Friday, you'll have your assessment next Sunday. Every Sunday, the assessment happens, right? Immediately, you'll be called for SWAR. Immediately, your interviews will be completed. Net to net, our target is to onboard you for a pre-skilling training maximum by mid of November, right? Exactly, we're talking about a duration of 1 month. And your onboarding, once you clear the pre-skilling, will be in December. So that's the timeline we are talking about, friends. So if you have questions in terms of when will these assessments happen, everything will happen net to net in a span of 30 days. And your onboarding to Wipro, if you're clearing pre-skilling, will be in the month of December, right? So that's with respect to timeline. So there is no delay in onboarding. If you are able to clear, an advantage you guys have is you've already given your assessment. So you know what are the advantages, disadvantages. So considering that front, it will be easy for this set of audiences clear. Right. And these are some testimonials. You can just spend a minute or two to to read all these things. So they have grown from a WLP scholar. They are now in different projects, working in different technologies. So these are your seniors, rather super seniors who have joined, right? They're working in different things. So as I told you, it's a tried and tested model. So it's about you spending that additional effort in clearing the assessments. That's all. So eligibility, 10th, 12th is just a pass. And BSc, BCA in computer science, IT, mathematics, statistics, electronics, physics, all of you are eligible, right? And talking about the thumb rule, because you might be from, ma'am, I'm from computer engineering, or I'm from any other stream that is not here. The thumb rule is, friends, you should have studied mathematics as one of the paper in your 6 semesters. If you have that, then any streams of this mentioned here and allied streams is also eligible, right? So no part-time correspondence in BSc, BCA. It's a regular thing that we allow, but 10th, 12th can be in open education. 60% is what we expect. No standing backlog considering your 2025 batch. And maximum 3 years of gap is allowed from your 10th to higher education, 12th to higher education, 10th to undergrad, 12th to undergrad, but undergrad should be completed within 3 years, right? So this is the benefits that you have, friends. So it's a model tried, tested in Wipro. Many successful graduates have come in from this program. An MTech degree from BITS Pilani, you can search how difficult one is to get an admission itself at BITS Pilani, right? And here through Wipro WLP program, we are enabling that admission to you, and we are completely taking care of your course fee, right? And this is going to be for 4 years MTech. And the moment you complete your MTech, you will get absorbed to Wipro, right? Whether you complete in 4.2, 4.6, 4.5, whatever duration, you get converted to Wipro, right? So after completing your MTech, you may choose to stay with Wipro or you may choose to part ways with Wipro. That decision is completely yours. But minimum CTC guaranteed for you after MTech completion is 5 lakhs. And that, as I told you, that can go up till 7 lakhs based on your performance, right? So this is with respect to what you can expect from WLP program. Now, the option is yours. So you need to go ahead. Kangna would have posted a link, registration link. Ensure that you are applying to that link. And few of you, if in case you're completing, you've taken the assessment in 23rd October, ma'am. So which means you need to wait for like couple more days because 90 days completion from your last assessment date is mandatory. Before that, if you're applying, system will throw an error stating you have not completed 90 days notice period, right? So because of that reason, just ensure, just refer back to the invite, email invite that you had received. And if it is more than 90 days, system will allow you to apply, right? So 90 days from SWR date or 90 days from online assessment date, whichever stage you've gotten rejected, from that date, 90 days. So once you cross that, system will allow you to apply, right? So that's with respect to the overall program, my dear friends. So all of you have already attempted. So second attempt, probably lot of chances that you may clear it because first attempt you do not know how the tool works or SWR might be new to you or online assessment. Few questions might be tougher for you. But this time, since you're already exposed to the environment, a lot of content in YouTube which you can go through how to crack the assessments. So utilize this opportunity because we need more people to join us. So, and this also, we are not going to make you wait for a long duration. So December is when we will onboard all of you, right? So considering this front, utilize this opportunity well. Keep a track of when you're going to complete the 90 days. Once you complete, ensure you apply. Before that, there'll be error that will be coming from system, right? So ensure you're applying, keep a track of 90 days. Once you complete 90 days, system will allow you to apply in the new link, right? So this is a new link. This is not old link, my dear friends. Please make a note of it. This is exclusively for 25 batch, right? And Kangna, maybe in the chat, you can share our the flyer that we have for WhatsApp. So candidates, considering you're all from 25 batch, right? Please feel free to post this registration link and poster in your LinkedIn handles. You can hashtag Wipro, hashtag WLP. You can, because your network is a larger network, and you can please post it in your Telegram groups, the larger BSc, BCA community, whichever is there, or you can ask your placement officers to post it in your college websites. So there is no restriction in sharing this content that we are sending it to you because it's already out in public. It's there in Wipro Careers, it's there in Wipro LinkedIn page, it's there everywhere. So we need your support there also because we do not know which candidate from which tier of city will benefit from this message. You can keep it in your WhatsApp status. You can put it in your LinkedIn handles. So it's a good opportunity. So please utilize it. So that's all we wanted to convey to you. So now, any questions, Kangna, that you're seeing which you want us to take?
Yes, Radhika, I just want to inform the candidates that is, for example, you have applied, you give an assessment on 16 July. Then after 90 days, which is till 16 October, you won't be able to apply on the same link again. And once your 90 days of cooling period is done, for example, 16 July, you give an assessment and you did not clear the assessment. And after 16th October only, you will be able to apply. Even if you try on 15 or 16 October, you won't be able to apply.
Any
So
questions that you're
yes,
seeing on the chat window, Kangna, that you want us?
this is the only question I can see, Radhika. This is the only problem they are facing, that company has set up a one limit application, but it is showing up to you because your cooling period is not done yet.
So just keep a tab of it, friends, because we have about 10,000 plus database, right? Who are rejects in the previous assessments, whom we have called for this invite. About 5,000 people are clearing 90 days by today. So few cleared it on 6th of October, few clearing it on 13th of October. So keep a track. Just go back to your email box, see when you have taken up the assessment, track 90 days from there. So 15th is when the last date is, but we might extend it for 15 more days. So we might extend it till October 30th. So just see what is your assessment date and come back, save this link and apply. Whenever you're completing 90 days, you can apply, right? So that's with respect to registration extension. So we might extend for 15 more days considering we need more people to join us, right? So this might happen. So just save this link, pass on this link, because as I told you, we never know who will get benefited from this link. So there might be somebody who will be uh, badly looking in for an opportunity. So your share of this message might help them, right? So just help in amplifying this message also. That'll be a great help that you do from your end to us, right? And please prepare well. Whenever 90 days is completing, ensure you're giving up the assessment again. Considering you're all exposed to Wipro assessment environment, this time it will be easier for you to crack, right? And timeline again, all of you will be onboarded by December, friends. So prepare well. All the best to all of you. So hope you have pasted the link somewhere, and hope you've got the flyer also from Kangana. So please ensure you're passing it on to the larger community, posting it in your social media handles, and personally you also put in that effort to prepare well this time, and you should help us to help you back. While we are ready to onboard you immediately, you should also give us the opportunity by clearing the assessments and being ready, right? And if you have any doubts or queries, reach out to Kangna. She'll be available. So you can, anytime you have doubts, you can reach out to us. So this time there is no waiting and onboarding. As and when you clear, immediately all the rounds will happen. So this week, if you're registering today, your assessment will be on Sunday. And the immediate next week, we'll call you for SWR. And the consecutive week will be your interviews. So that's the timeline in which your assessments will happen. And if you're already deployed somewhere, candidates, the thing is you should get a proper relieving letter. So if you're just drawing salary in cash, it's a different scenario. But if there is a provident fund number, UAN number that is generated, then you need to formally get relieved from the organization. And you can start the relieving process once you receive clear pre-skilling, once you get an offer letter, then you initiate your relieving formalities, right? And if you're already pursuing your MCA or MSc in any of the universities, only if you clear, you discontinue, you should provide a discontinuation letter to us, right? And please do that only after you clear your pre-skilling. Once you get the offer letter of joining from Wipro, only after that you do it. We leave the choice completely to you. Whether you decide to continue your higher studies or whether you want to come back to WLP program, it's up to you. But our only bit of advice is, please initiate the discontinuation process only after you clear the pre-skilling process, after you clear the assessment. Only then people who are in a job, who are currently doing your higher studies, you should initiate these processes only when you have 100% confidence that you've cleared it, which is letter of intent is there. After that, pre-skilling will be there. Only if you clear pre-skilling, you will get your offer letter. So only after getting your offer letter, initiate all your processes. And this is for the set of audience who are in the job currently, who are drawing a salary formally with the provident fund number and UAN generated, and who are currently pursuing their higher studies. Rest of the people, you're free to apply, right? All right. So I think we are good from our end, unless if you have any more questions from your end, we can take it. Else, I think all the best to all of you. Please ensure you apply, and we are eagerly waiting to get you onboarded to Wipro. I'm just looking at few this thing. So if in case there are also SIM candidates in this event, whatever we are discussing about is only for BSc and BCA. If there are any diploma candidates here, we will come back. So for you, the link is different, right? So if you're BSc, BCA, then you can use this link, right? So I think whatever Kangana had published, you can, there are links, and there is also a feedback form about this session. So please ensure you fill in this feedback form. So Kangana, can you, okay, I think most of them would have filled it. But candidates, you will also be getting another link because we are also trying to expand our placement officer database. So if you know, because considering you're all from 2025 batch, you will all have your placement officer number. So you will shortly get a link from us. Please help us with your TPO number, contact number, mail ID, so that whenever we start the batch for your juniors, which is 26 batch, we will reach out to your placement officers for that, right? All right. So thank you so much, candidates, for joining the call. All the very best for your assessment. So keep a tab of 90 days. Whenever you've given assessment from that date, 90 days, keep a track of it. So 15th, as we speak, is last date, but we will extend it to 30th October. So after that also, if there is an opportunity, if you're clearing 90 days by November month, we will see. It is based on whatever demand we have, whatever offers that we have at that point in time, we will decide whether to open it again, right? So in that case, we will extend it. So don't worry if you're completing cool off in the month of November. If at all we are not able to fulfill, then we keep extending it, right? That's how it works. So, but candidates who are completing 90 days by October, please utilize this opportunity, right? So thank you so much for joining in the call today. Please ensure in your amplifying this message, post it in your LinkedIn, share it in your WhatsApp. So as I told you, we never know how a message of yours is going to help the larger community, right? So thank you so much,
So
candidates. Prepare well. All the best. Yes, over to you, Kangana. Yeah.
yeah, sorry, Radhika. One more thing I just wanted to inform that there would be no option to withdraw from your previous application. It's just that once you complete your 90 days of cooling off period, you will be automatically allowed to apply on this link. So this is how it works. There would be no option to withdraw any application from your previous applied jobs. It's just that once you complete your 90 days of cooling period, then you will be able to apply it automatically. Apply on this link automatically.
Right.
And please fill up the correct details and do not write email ID on the place of contact number on your placement coordinator's contact number. We wanted you to give some information on your college details. So please mention the correct details. And if you don't have, you can also reach out to your college teachers, professors, and ask them the correct details. So this is the effort we want you to uh, do for us, to support us. So links will be open till 4 p.m. today. You can, if you don't have placement coordinators detail, you can reach out to them in the meantime and fill out the details. But please do not fill out the wrong details because we will be reaching out to your college placement coordinators as per the details you will give to us. That's it from my end, Radhika. And
All right.
I do not see any further questions. It's also everyone is having the same doubt regarding the application, and which we have already cleared.
All right. All right. So thank you so much, candidates. Have a great rest of the day and all the best in clearing the assessments. Thank you so much.
So we will keep extending the link, candidates.
Excellent. All right. Hi, candidates. Very good afternoon from Team Wipro. So myself, Radhika, I have with me Kangna, who's part of the NGA hiring team.